Hi, let's yap. Listen, before we start this yap topic, I'm going to make this so clear right off the bat. I kind of love Nara Smith. Sue me. But before we get into that, if you want to be a part of more fun, random yap sessions like this one, you should subscribe to me. I have a lot of yap ideas that I want to do that are lined up, and they tend to range drastically in topics, even though I have been more focused on TikTok drama recently. I have more things I want to talk about, I promise. Also, as always, there will be links in the description of this video to Palestine, the Congo, and Sudan. If you have the means to donate, please do. If you want to just educate yourself, please do. And if you do have a bigger platform than me to talk about this, please do. Now, let's get back to the video. Who is Nara Smith? Well, if you don't know, then I would thoroughly love to join you under the rock that you've been living. It would truly be fantastic. I have internet brain rot at this point. Nara Aziza Smith is a 22-year-old model / content creator / influencer who was born in South Africa and raised in Germany. She became a model fairly young, and in November of 2019, she hard launched her relationship with fellow model Lucky Blue Smith. If you are on Tumblr or Wattpad during this time, you definitely know who Lucky is, but if not, he is a 26-year-old model who became very famous on Tumblr because of his unique look, and he was famous on Wattpad because that unique look caused him to be used in many a cover for a fanfic and or a werewolf novel. The two quickly became engaged and then married, and they are now happily living with 4 children, the eldest being Lucky's daughter from a previous relationship before Nara. Speaking of their children, the two became very well known and very well hated for the names that they chose for their children, which are Rumble Honey, Slim Easy, and Whimsy Lou. Listen, Rumble and Whimsy, they're not terrible. Whimsy is definitely better than Rumble. Still not great by any means. Not anything that I'd personally pick, but who am I to say? I don't have children, thank God. But every time I hear the name Slim Easy, I can't not think of this.
I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Nara has always been an influencer of sorts, but within the last year or so, she's become very popular on TikTok for her cooking videos, which look a bit like this.
My toddler stumbled into my room this morning and her first words were mama, jam, and bread. So that's exactly what I did.
Nara making everything from scratch like this became a huge meme on TikTok recently, with many videos like this floating around.
My kids told me they were thirsty today. First, I defrosted some ice cubes and mixed them with warm water. You can use any water you want. I chose filtered. Make sure to stir them together evenly so that it melts quicker. Next, I brushed some water to create a wet base for my rolling pin. Take out the defrosted ice cubes and roll them out evenly for 5 minutes. This quickens the melting process. Next, combine them with the warm water and start to mix. You'll need a strainer for this step, so separate the ice cubes from the water. Keep them aside because we're going to need them later. Boil some hot water and mix it with the water we were stirring earlier. Wait a few minutes and take it off the stove. Wow, it smells so fresh. Next, pour the water into 2 glasses. We will need the ice cubes we set aside earlier. Place 2 cubes into each cup. My kids love this recipe and it tastes so much better.
And while these are all really funny, and Nara herself has commented on a few of them, Nara has stated a few times that the reason she cooks everything from scratch the way that she does is that, number one, it promotes better gut health and helps her eczema, which she has very vocally spoke about on her platform, which I think is a fantastic thing to do. And number 2, she was raised in Germany, which, while there are obviously still a bunch of processed foods in Europe, it is a lot more common for people to cook from scratch over there, just from what I've heard through the grapevine. Maybe if we had a better work-life balance here in America, like they do over in Europe, and we didn't put terribly processed things in every food here because every part of America is a corporation, maybe more people would be like Nara, and they would have time to cook from scratch and not have to worry about getting cancer because they ate some gushers. But, that's a whole topic for another yap session. On top of all of this, Nara does often show herself going out to eat, or like what she likes to order at drive-thrus, and how she doesn't always live her life like this perfect way of her cooking everything from scratch and all that. While she does promote that part, that's not her entire life. Nara did get into a bit of controversy for apparently promoting her Mormon lifestyle and trying to convert people to her cult, but I've watched quite a few of her videos, and I honestly think the only reason people said this is because they wanted to find a reason to hate her. Yes, she has stated in some of her routine videos that she reads scripture in the morning, and yes, she has stated that she is Mormon, but she also said this.
That my religion is a very hot topic on the internet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning and figuring out my own faith. I'm not in any way a hardcore Mormon or anything like that. I don't wear garments. I didn't get married in the temple. Both me and my husband are on our own journeys and figuring out how we want to raise our kids.
So, like I said, this whole controversy was just a bit of a stretch for me. But kind of attached to this controversy came people being mad at her for promoting her unrealistic lifestyle and for promoting the trad wife aesthetic. But like, come on, guys, come on. Are you even on social media? Everyone does this in some sort of way. And yes, being a mother of 3 who cooks meals from scratch all the time can seem very unrealistic. But like I said before, she also posts videos like this.
Okay, tonight we got takeout.
Burger King.
The controversy I will be focusing on today is arguably the biggest controversy Nara has gotten in, and that is that she is a content stealer, content thief, one might say, more better. Ooh, I am struggling with words today. Specifically, Nara has been accused of copying content by the South African creator Onezwa Mbola. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Onezwa is most known for her farm-to-table cooking videos that look a little bit like this.
My aunt loves to say, "Awuyomali, soza uthando umuntu wonke," which simply translates to, "You're not money, not everyone is going to like you." And so, likability has never been something I yearned for. If I wanted to be liked, I would have been less outspoken about the things I believe in.
Along with her soft, calm voice, many people notice similarities between Nara and Onezwa. Many TikToks compare Nara's earlier videos, which are like this.
Guys, let's make a kale and white bean salad with some salmon.
Let's start by making the crispy lentils. So I cooked some lentils and then just seasoned them with some salt, pepper, cumin, and olive oil and popped them in the oven.
To her more recent videos, which are like this.
My toddlers what they wanted for lunch. They both wanted a grilled cheese. So that's exactly what I got started on. I got started by making my bread. This is a really simple no-knead recipe. You put all of your dry and wet ingredients into a bowl, give it a mix, and let it rise for 2 hours.
And because of these changes, people accuse these clips of being before and after Nara Smith discovered Onezwa. While Nara did change the way she voices over her videos, that's about Nara's only change. She changed some angles and she has more and more elaborate outfits, but the main change that people are accusing the theft of is the voice change. And this change can't even be classified as stealing necessarily, and is probably more along the lines of inspiration. This sort of ASMR, voiceover, calm vibes is very popular, especially among cooking videos, especially on TikTok. So Nara's voice and vibe change could have very well been inspired by a number of different people, and just by seeing what sort of content is the most popular among cooking videos. Now, the number one reason people believe Nara is stealing from Onezwa is because Onezwa made boba, and then a few days later, Nara made boba. Which, again, I think it can be chalked up to simple inspiration, either directly from Onezwa or from a number of creators on the platform. I've actually seen this uptick in boba videos a lot recently, so I think Nara could have seen a number of videos and been inspired by that. Cooking is such a wide range topic when it comes to forms of content of it. So in order to claim that someone has stolen your content when it comes to a cooking video, I believe it has to be a side-by-side direct comparison of them basically using your video word for word, clip for clip. But there are some very obvious differences between both of their content. As somebody who has had their content stolen on TikTok before when I was a small creator on an old account a long time ago, I know how it feels to get your content just yeeted from right out under you. I had somebody with like 100,000 followers post to the exact same sound with the exact same caption after they had saved and liked my video, which I found really interesting at the time. It was so fun. So yeah, I know how that feels, but like it was a trend too. So like maybe she could have come up with the same idea. I doubt it, but that's the whole thing with this, is it can be a trend, it can be inspiration, can come from somebody else, and it might not necessarily be theft. Now, Nara didn't respond to any of this, and she still hasn't, but one part of this story that I think is really funny is when this fake email from Nara to Onezwa started floating around TikTok, and many people genuinely believed that this was a real thing. There are so many reasons why this is fake. Just so many. I can't even talk about all of them. But just in case you do believe that this is actually somehow real, if this was a legal message sent to Onezwa, then it would have been signed off by Nara's legal team and had more information on contacting them on it, and it would definitely not have been signed off by Nara herself. In the end, both of these women are phenomenal in the spaces they create content, and there's plenty of room for both of them on the platform, so I don't think it's fair to accuse either of stealing content with such flimsy evidence. But let me know what you think. Did Nara Smith steal Onezwa's content, or is this just a simple case of inspiration and misunderstanding? Now, I can't make a whole video about Nara Smith and not try to cook like her. I'm terrible at cooking, but I'm gonna not be soon. So stay tuned for the second part of this video, which I will be posting later this week, where I will be trying to live like Nara Smith for a day. Let me know your thoughts on the video, and I will yap with you next time.